Hi everyone, welcome to another full body fitness class. My name is Dan Sparks, coming to you from the Foothill Ranch location. Today, a little overview of the class. If you've never done one of mine, I'm going to go through a full warm-up with you guys. There's 3 movements today, get you nice and warm and activated, kind of prepped and ready to go. After that, we've got 3 movements that I'm going to show you 3 different levels. So each movement today is going to have a beginner, intermediate, and advanced version or variation. We're going to go through all of those versions, and at the end of it, I'm going to post up 3 separate workouts, again, going into that beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels, and then you guys get to pick what you want to do at home. Sound good? Today, you need no equipment, really. A mat if you've got it. If you're doing this inside or at home, then carpet's fine. One other thing would be like a bench or a chair. Okay, something simple like that, but no weights today. It's all going to be body weight. Okay? All right, guys, let's get started. All right, here is the warm-up. Like I said, 3 movements. I'm going to start with everyone's favorites, some burpees. Not a lot of them, just 5, just to kind of get that heart rate going a little bit. Walking lunges, so I'm going to work across the screen back and forth a little bit. You guys can obviously walk around wherever you're at. And then Russian twists down on the mat, just with body weight today, okay? If you want to add any weights to the lunges or the Russian twists, obviously feel free. You can do that with dumbbells, maybe a kettlebell, put a backpack on for the lunges. Again, get creative at home, whatever you guys want to do. Okay, first movement is a burpee. So, lots of different variations and versions of burpees that you can do. If you have issues kind of getting up and down from the ground, we can always bring the bench into it. So let me start there. And I can do a couple kind of bench type burpee versions. So if I'm coming down to the bench, I can just pop my feet back, maybe make it like a little bit of a plank, and then my feet can come together and then I can get a little jump or hop at the end. If you want to make it a little bit tougher, we can go down to the bench and try and do like a little elevated push-up and then come back together, add that little jump and hop if needed. So that's always an option. You can always elevate these movements up using a bench or a chair, maybe your stairs, something like that at home. If you are comfortable with going to the ground, let me do 5 burpees down on the ground. The idea with the burpee, guys, all I really care about is your chest touching the ground. So I want you all the way down on the ground, and then I want you to get up. So we can kind of crawl ourselves down there, step ourselves back and down, kind of snake the push up back up and get back up. Or we can make it very dynamic and very quick, where we're like flopping down and then popping my feet kind of through underneath myself to get that little jump at the end. Okay, so I'll start slow and kind of show a couple step ones, and then the last maybe 2 or 3, I'll do a little bit quicker, just so you can see all of my variations and versions of the burpee. All right, I'm gonna kick this forward a little bit, so I'm not gonna kick anything. So, hands go down, feet go back. I'm going to flop myself down, and then I'm going to snake up, step up, little jump. Okay? That's a simple, just getting down, just getting up. Let's do a couple more like that. A little quicker, maybe step down, touch the chest, step up, little hop. Okay? Now we can add a little bit of a jump into it, where I'm not stepping anymore. Feet go down, shoot the feet back, tap, shoot the feet up. Just like so. Do one more. And a little jump at the top, okay? Obviously, the faster you go, the more the heart rate is gonna get up, which is what I want. At the same time, lots of different muscle groups involved with the burpee. Basically just getting up and down from the ground. So we're getting everything kind of warmed up and activated as well. Okay, next movement is the walking lunge. Let me do it towards you first, just so you can see what I'm doing with my stance. Imagine like this train tracks in front of you. I never want to stay on the same side and play this like balancing tightrope game. Think about stepping out and wide. So now I'm on both sides of that train track. Chest is staying up big. I'm going to drop that back knee, tap the ground, and then feet can come back together. Step the other side, back together, okay? Let me go to the side over here, and I'll just do a few sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So this side step, make sure that front knee does not go over your toe. Push through the heel, into the next step, to the next step, and so on. Okay, I'm going to keep going back and forth. Try to get 20 total lunges. Just make sure those legs are nice and warm and prepped for the workout today. Like I said, you can grab some dumbbells, maybe a kettlebell. You can hold it in front like this. You can hold it down at your side like so. You can hold it in a front rack position. If you feel really crazy, arms can go over your head and you can walk like an overhead lunge like so. Cool, let me go one more time back. I lost count from talking. Do a few more good ones here. Make sure those legs are nice and warm and woken up. Last movement, the Russian twist. Okay, mat's back in the middle. I'm gonna come sit down on the mat. So we've done these before, I believe, with weights. Again, you can hold a dumbbell, you can hold a ball, kettlebell, whatever's comfortable, whatever you feel comfortable moving with the weight. Today we're gonna go no weight, okay? Just make it a little bit harder, maybe do a little more reps. And the goal is to try to touch the ground on either side. So I'm gonna sit back, kind of like on my tailbone. Feet are gonna come up towards you guys, hands together, and I'm gonna twist and touch the ground 20 times. There's halfway. Let me put this real quick. If you have an issue keeping your feet and your heels up off the ground, feel free to always kind of switch the heels, maybe do a few. We don't always have to go down to the ground if you can't get there. Again, not a big deal. Go what works with you, okay? You do a few just on one foot, switch to the other foot, switch back, and last switch, and relax. Good job, guys. Jump on up. Take a deep breath. Blow it all out. Quick little drink if you'd like one. Start to feel the body temp rising maybe a little bit. Heart rate's going a little bit. Breathing a little bit heavier. Sweating a little bit. This is what I want. This is what warm-up's for. Okay, we're gonna do one more round of it. Back to the top, 5 more burpees. Again, do your level at home. If you need to bring that bench or the chair back into it, stay there today. Work on that range of motion down to the bench. If we're stepping up, stepping down, that's your level. Cool with me? Let's do 5 of them. I'm gonna try to get through 5 quick on the ground here. Okay? On your own, guys. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Shake it out, guys. Burpees are done. Back to your walking lunges. Find a spot over here. Take a deep breath. There you go. 20 lunges. Without a scream. I'm here, guys, I promise. Keep finding that range. Focus on each rep. About halfway there. Good job, guys. Quick little shakes in between if you need it. There we go. One more time back. All right. Shake those legs out. Back down to the mat for 20 more taps of the Russian twist. Remember, feet don't have to be up in the air if you don't feel comfortable doing that yet. Play with it. Keep them up there, maybe go for like 4 or 5 taps. Bring them back down, take a little rest. Bring it back up in between. Find what works for you, guys. Everyone's gonna be at a different level, and that's cool. Here we go, feet up. Did it. 20 taps. All right. Heart rate's going. Now, guys, you feel that? Take a drink. Just take a couple breaths together as well. Just chill. Deep breath in through your nose, out of your mouth. Ready? In. Out of the mouth. Let's do one more together. Great job, guys. Quick little easy way to try to get that heart rate back down. If you feel like your breath's getting away from you, just slow everything down. Take a deep breath in the nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale it all out of your mouth. Try to match the count too. If I breathe in for like 2, 3, 4 seconds, match that on the out. Okay, so that is the word, or the warm up for today, guys. Great job. Grab another drink if you need it. Moving on to today's movements. Sticking with the body weight, we're gonna go with some dips. So that's where that bench or chair is gonna come in handy. Mountain climbers, again, depending on the level, we may be up on the bench or we may be on the ground. And then plank toe touches, getting a little bit more of that upper body, the shoulder stability, and that core firing really good for those. All right, first one are the dips. Okay, let's start with the side view first so you can see how I set up. So go ahead and just take a seat on the bench or the chair, whatever we're using. Different levels today, if you can see. Level 1, my legs are gonna be bent, and I'm gonna go for about half range of motion, okay? Level 2, keeping your legs bent, but now I'm gonna try to go for that full range, trying to get nice and low, nice and deep, and really work the triceps for these movements. The third version is I'm gonna straighten out my legs and then keep fighting for that full depth on the range, okay? So, you got your bench. I'm just gonna step out. So my feet are bent kind of like a 90 degrees. Feet are flat on the ground. And you can see that my butt and my back are kind of right in front of the bench. So for level 1, this is the setup. And I'm just gonna go halfway down. So I'm gonna try and drop my butt towards the ground, right about there. It's about halfway, and then lock those arms out, okay? Look forward, look straight down in front of you, halfway down, drive it up. Halfway down, drive it up, okay? While I'm here, I'm gonna go straight into level 2. Bent legs are staying the same, setup is exactly the same. But now I'm gonna try and get even deeper, so like my full range of motion. So I'm gonna sit down, really trying to get like that 90 degrees, if not more, of my elbow, and then lock out from there, okay? A couple more of those, nice and deep. Lock it out strong, all the way down, lock it out strong. Great job, guys. Another way you can do this is like off the end of your couch, or a coffee table, something like that. So make sure you can take your weight. And then just play around with that depth. If you're on a height, maybe a little bit lower than this, you can use like the reference of maybe tapping your butt to the ground for your full range of motion, or put something underneath, like maybe a yoga block, or a stuffed animal, or something that you can keep hitting so you're staying consistently at the depth that you feel comfortable doing. Okay? Level 3, same setup, but now I'm gonna straighten out my legs in front. So my toes are gonna be up, my heels are on the ground, chest is big, and I'm trying to sit down into that good depth, drive it up from there. Okay? One more good one, sit down, drive it up from there. Okay, that is the dip. Cool, enjoy those. A little different way of hitting that tricep. Next movement are the mountain climbers. So level 1, we're gonna go straight back to that bench. So I'm gonna turn around, my hands are gonna be on it, kind of like we did our burpee position. So think like a plank, that's where we're starting. I'm gonna hold for the bench position. So from here, feet are back, here's my plank position. So now for the mountain climbers, a couple different ways. I could try to tap my foot, and just find a rhythm like this, I can try and just drive my knee and then maybe make it a little bit more bouncy. Drive, drive. Pushing that knee through. Or the last version, toes on the ground, and we're switching, like so. So a little bit more balance, a little bit more dynamic of a movement. One of those three should be able to accommodate the individuals at home for the mountain climb. Okay, makes sense? Level 2, we're gonna go down to the mat and then do the same position, really. You can go through those same stuff. The plank knee tuck is kind of the idea for level 2 today. So I'm gonna drop down here, set myself up in a good plank position. And then from here, I'm gonna try to tuck my knee through. So don't worry about your toe touching. It's just that knee, 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 like so. So again, we're trying to get that range of pushing that knee through and getting a little bit of like the bounce and jump on the toes in the back, okay? Level 3, same plank position, but now instead of just driving the knees through, I want that toe to touch the ground. So that toe tap is gonna come into play. So now, hands are set, plank is up, start with my right, so I'm gonna tap, tap, and just try to get that knee on the straight leg is behind the toe. So that toe you're shooting forward should be able to get just past the knee of that opposite leg. Make sense? Okay? So, handful of different versions and variations on the mountain climber there for you guys to play around with at home. Grab a drink. Alrighty, so flying for it today. I got a sweat going. Getting a little little workout with you guys. Okay, last movement is a plank toe touch. So we're gonna go back down into that plank position. First option, or first level, is you're gonna reach underneath and touch your opposite knee. Level 2, we're trying to reach a little bit further, maybe just below the knee or your shin. And then level 3, we're getting down under there and you're really reaching towards your opposite toes. All right? So let me show you what I mean by that. Back down on the mat, back into that plank position. Feet are a little bit wider. Just tuck that butt down to start. This is our starting spot. So from here, you're going to start raising your butt and start walking your hands back a little bit. So maybe there is where you feel comfortable. I'm going to take my left hand and tap my knee, come back down to the ground, and walk back down to that plank position. Okay? Another step, step, found my spot, right hand now touches my left knee, hand back down, and I walk back to that good starting spot. So the rule with this, I don't care how far you reach, depending on your level, but you've got to take a couple steps and you got to reach towards the opposite side. If it's just taking a couple steps and letting that hand come off the ground and just kind of putting it towards the opposite hand or trying to reach your hip or something like that, that's cool. I'm cool with that. I want you to start learning to distribute that weight a little bit, using that core, using your shoulder stability for this movement, okay? If you feel comfortable, that's for that level 1 knee, you're really tapping that knee. Walk your back to that plank position every time. Walk back, you're reaching through, touching the opposite knee. Level 2, just go a little bit lower. Maybe take a little extra step. Maybe your flexibility in your hamstrings is a little bit better, so you can reach your shins. Shin. And then the last one, if you can get all the way to the toe, that's the gold standard on the plank toe touch. Okay? So, a lot of body weight stuff today. No weights involved. Should be good. A little test on some of these movements. Let's get into the workout. Okay, level 1, beginner. We're gonna go 3 rounds. You're gonna do 10 of those dips on that bench, chair, couch, staircase, whatever you're using at home. 10 good dips. Work on that half range with your legs bent. Into 20 mountain climbers. So again, it could be up on the bench if you need it. Driving those knees through, maybe tapping the toes on each side. You know the levels now. You find the variation that works for you. And then 20 of those plank toe touches. If level 1 today, you're just walking back and lifting your hand off, that's cool. If you can get to your knee, even better. Play around with it. So 3 times through that for time. Intermediate on level 2, I just added around. Okay, variations on the movements have changed slightly. The dips, still bent leg, but now we're trying to get a little bit lower. The mountain climbers are down to the ground, and those plank toe touches, you're shooting for below the knee now, like around your shin. 4 rounds for time again, and then the last one, the advanced, added another round, so 5 rounds, still the same numbers, slightly harder variations. So the dips, you got your legs straight out in front, shooting to get that full range of motion. 20 mountain climbers, we're on the ground, and those toes are tapping each side, and then 20 plank toe touches, you're shooting for the toes, okay? Try to hold yourself to that standard. If you're picking a level, try to stick to it. Okay, last slide for today, guys, and then you guys can get into this workout. Workout's done for time, so you know you're either doing 3, 4, or 5 rounds, depending on the level you pick, and just try to get it done for time, okay? Start a clock, time yourself. This kind of keeps yourself motivated and pushing yourself to finish it. Obviously, I want all the reps to be good, good technique, good form, all of that, but fight the clock, you know, push yourself, get uncomfortable a little bit. The mountain climbers and the plank toe touches are 20 touches total. Keep that in mind. And in the workout plan today, the goal is pick your levels and variations that you can keep moving, okay? Don't finish or don't start strong, that you're doing good with these movements, and then once you're past that first or second round, then it just drops off real fast. Try to stay consistent throughout the whole thing and pick those levels accordingly. Push the pace where you can, get your heart rate up, okay? These are movements that should be able to get your heart rate up and get a little sweat going, push yourself through. All right, hope you guys enjoy the workout. There'll be a new fresh movements and stuff next week, so I'll see you guys then. Take care, have fun.